Hello, parents, teachers, grandparents, caretakers. Thank you so much for coming back again and again. You're very interested in raising up a generation that is strong, that is very deep, and that has that ability to have resilience and move forward. And that's why you're coming back to watch some of these episodes. It's such a privilege for me. I just finished doing some episodes for teenagers and my energy had to be very loud and wide. But as I'm talking to you as parents, as teachers, as caretakers, I just want to say it with an amazing heart that you have. And I want to say it with such sensitivity that you're not alone in your struggles. You're not alone in your struggles. And I really pray that these episodes would really help you. I'm going to do a 5 series episodes. That's what I did with my teenagers group. But even for parents, I want to do a 5 series episodes. The first thing, so what are these 5 series episodes? All these episodes is going to help you on how you make your teenager, make your children grow much deeper. How it's going to help them grow much deeper. So that's what I'm going to talk about. The first things that I want to talk about, when you disciple your children, disciple your teenagers, you need to focus on their passions. Focus on their passions. Because sometimes our children, our teenagers have become prisoners of their own passions. See, there are good passions and there are wrong passions. And some of them have become prisoners of their own passions. Sometimes some of those passions are not very good. So in your discipleship, don't deny some of those passions. Don't, scold them or don't short circuit them or, put them down when they are sharing about a certain passionate place. Now, when I talk about passions, I'm talking about things that kind of triggers their heart. They're wired that way. Your children, your teenagers are wired that way. They're very passionate about it. I know some of you are saying, oh, he's very passionate about football. He's very passionate about cricket. He's very passionate about computer games and things like that. I do understand that. But see, beyond that behavior, beyond that place of him sitting in the computer, see, maybe there are some strengths. Maybe there is something that you can rechannel that passion for something amazing. So look at some of those strengths that come in. For example, if there is a guy who's, sitting on the computers all the time and, playing video games and things like that and say, hey, you're just amazing. You're able to, sit for hours together and do this. You know what? I would like to enroll you in one of these courses. Today you get a lot of online courses. Enroll you in one of these courses, maybe you can learn more about how you can use computers. Maybe you can learn about how you can maybe create some games maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing it to you. So see how you can navigate through that passions so that your children don't become prisoners of their passion, but they are passionate about their passions. Oh yeah. So you begin to fuel some of those good passions. So they begin to move out of some of those bad passions, some wrong passions, inappropriate passions, and they move into those places where they begin to fuel some of those godly passions. So don't neglect those passions. In your discipleship, spot out for some of those passions. Sometimes you may have to redirect them. Sometimes you may have to help them rewire some of those passions to become godly passions. But remember what I keep saying this in all of these places of discipleship. I've said this several times. You have to make that connection with your children, with your teenager. If you don't connect with them very deeply, you will never be able to delicately rewire and redirect some of those passions. You have to connect with them very deeply. So focus on their passions. Don't neglect those passions and don't shut them down when they're sharing about the passions or living out their passions. Passions are amazing energy. Passions are great for them to move forward in life. But you need to fuel some of those godly passions. How you can help them rewire some of those godly passions. May the Lord give you grace and may the Lord give you wisdom, because your situation is very different. Your family context is very different. There are other issues there. I do understand that. But the bottom line is this. Don't just shut down some of those passions. If you are observing your child, your teenager, and you're seeing something that they're passionate about, see how you can fuel them. You're amazing, and that's why you're coming back. May the Lord bless you, and may the Lord give you grace.